The Cool Energy House project is a demonstration project sponsored in part by the Department of Energy through the Building America program. The Cool Energy House project is really designed to demonstrate that you can reduce the energy use in a home by over 50%. And the first part of this project, we did a fairly detailed energy audit. And from that audit, we took that information and fed it into a program called BEOP. And BEOP is a program that helped us optimize and select the energy-saving features that have the biggest bang for the buck. Now, this demonstration project is located in Orlando, Florida. It's a 3,900 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2-story house. It's brick and slab on grade. Many of the windows are double-pane aluminum windows, and some of the doors, or several doors, about 10, are single-pane wood doors. They're French doors. One of the areas in this home that had some significant issues that our audit told us was the fact that the home was quite leaky, and the insulation didn't appear to be installed very well, which we figured out from our infrared thermography. So one of the challenges was, how do you go back into an existing home without doing a lot of damage and re-insulate those walls that are poorly insulated? It's very common for existing homes to have insulation, but that insulation is so poorly installed that it doesn't work very well and it doesn't air seal. This home had quite a few leaks in it, and so what we wanted to do was take an approach that was pretty light-handed. And so what we did is we took a strip of drywall that we cut at the middle of the room, about 6 inches wide, all the way around the perimeter. Then we took a hose and we basically blew a special small fiberglass insulation called Spider into the existing cavities. And this insulation basically compressed the old bats down to about an inch thick, and then the insulation then also filled up a lot of the cracks and gaps and voids. Hopefully that will stop a lot of the air infiltration. So what we were able to do with minimal damage is to re-insulate those walls and at the same time air seal them. Now, another area that we were concerned about was the attic. This home had a very large attic, and it had some living space up in that attic and some fairly large knee walls. So we felt the most cost-effective thing to do in this application, the most effective in terms of energy savings, was to do a non-vented attic. And basically what a non-vented attic is where we take the insulation that was on the attic floor and we move that insulation up to the roof deck. Now, in this case, we tore out the old insulation and did away with that, but we sprayed the roof deck with close-cell spray foam to a level of R30. Now, close-cell spray foam has an R value of about R6 to 7 per inch, and over 2 inches thick, it acts like a vapor retarder, so we don't have to worry about moisture vapor damaging the roof deck. Another nice thing about close-cell spray foam is that it absorbs negligible amounts of water. Another great attribute of close-cell spray foam is that it has the ability to act like pretty good glue to help glue down the roof deck. In Florida, we're certainly prone to a lot of hurricanes, and the weakest part of a home in a wind event is the garage door. The garage door blows in, the house pressurizes, and then that pushes the roof off the house, and then you get a lot of water and moisture damage as a result of rains and so forth. So being able to glue down that roof deck gave us a 300% increase in uplift resistance, corroborated by studies at the University of Florida. Now, if you look out onto the porch and you see here in this picture that the original roof deck was not really fastened very well, you can see a number of shiners or areas where the nails actually just miss the trusses altogether. And of course, this is not good because in a wind event, we want to hold down a roof deck. So using the closed-cell spray foam not only made the home more energy efficient, but it also made the home more storm resistant.